Welcome to the Dave Palma Show, the podcast that revives, restores, and awakens your innermost capabilities.
You have the training and the talent to succeed, but do you have the guts to fail? I love what I do. When you love what you do, you want to be the best at it. Today is about the power of you. You will change the world.
Find your path to success through the journey of those who have succeeded. And now, your host, Dave Palma.
Hi, welcome back to the Dave Palma Show. And with me, I have a three-time best-selling author, a national professional speaker, a practicing employment law attorney, and a human resource professional with 40 years of hands-on experience. Scott Warrick, welcome to the Dave Palma Show.
Thank you. Appreciate the chance to talk about my books. I love that.
Yeah, pleasure to have you. And I am certainly interested in some of all of the topics of your books. Actually, I've had relevance myself with what I've had to deal with in the fire service. Great profession, by the way. But internal politics anywhere will lead to employment law, and it's a mindset thing as well. Obviously a lot of stress involved. So I think all your books had relevance to even my own coaching, what I do. So I see there's a kind of a crossover. But you're obviously a practicing lawyer as well, by looks of things. So you're obviously a lot more professional in terms of what you do, in terms of that, especially with.
Well, it all ties in. So
it ties in, yeah, especially with HR and stuff like that. That's where the lawyers tuck away in the fire department, anyway. So,
right.
So let's get started. Let's just tell us about your first book first, and then we'll lead it, because apparently they lead on to one to another.
Yeah, the first, actually, it's a trilogy. They all three fit together, and I purposely put them in that order. The first one is solve employee problems before they start, and it focuses all on emotional intelligence, which is controlling ego and emotion.
Right. There's plenty of ego in a fire service.
Oh my God! Actually, I just spent 3 days training a fire department this week.
Oh, okay. There you go. So how relevant is that then?
Absolutely.
So could you tell the audience the name of your book? That book.
Yeah, it's solve employee problems before they start.
Okay.
And but it really focuses on your ability to have this diagram. I'm not so sure the rest of the world recognizes as much, but here in America, it's a baseball diamond.
Right.
Okay,
but so a baseball what? Sorry.
Baseball. It's a baseball diamond. So the sport of baseball. Okay. And so first base is emotional intelligence. And you just picture this diamond. You got to be able to control ego and emotion. And if you can do that, then you can get to second base, which is something that I refer to as resolving conflict, EPR skills, empathic listening, parroting, and rewards, which talks about whenever you're in a conflict, you sit down, you listen from the other person's perspective. So you shut up and listen.
Yeah.
Then you parrot it back to the other person, make sure that you've got it, that you really did understand it correctly. So you got this common understanding. Plus, you also prove to the person that I am listening to you. Mm-hmm. Okay. If I can sit there, and E stands for empathic listening, P stands for parroting, R stands for rewards. So whenever I disagree with you, I'm going to compliment you. I'm going to thank you for disagreeing with me. So
okay.
I see where you're coming.
Is that kind of like saying, let's agree to disagree kind of thing, or not?
Well, kind of, but to picture it this way. Let's say that we are sitting around, and in America right now, big debate is abortion. Okay. The United States Supreme Court ruled last year, overturned a big case for us, Roe versus Wade. So it's a hot topic.
Yeah.
So if I would sit down and talk to you, I would sit down and you tell me your opinion. And I'd say, well, I see where you're coming from, and you got a right to your beliefs, and I respect that. Yeah. And here's what I think, but I understand where you're coming from, and I respect your opinion. So you see, that's how you build trust.
Really, I'm happy with that.
Prove to you that it's safe to disagree.
Yes,
it's safe to disagree. That gets you to third base, which is trust. So that's the entire first book. It's all about building trust. And using your skills to resolve conflict as opposed to attacking each other.
Yeah.
Or stabbing each other in the back when they're not around, which are the passive aggressives of the world.
Yeah. The thing is, say with the parroting, that say in the fire department and other training, other employment training. I mean, you can correct me or add to this, but when you're taking orders, they're trained to repeat back the orders and know that they've well, at least heard the order anyway and understood it. Of course, you've got to understand it in that kind of profession. So, I mean, that's kind of already there in some employment or some people with their training and that. Does this book say it differently, or?
It takes that, but understand in the fire service, I have never, and I've got several fire departments for clients. I do a lot of training with fire departments.
Yeah.
And so there's never an issue when they're out in the field, on a medic run or a fire.
Yeah.
It's always back at the ranch when they've got
it's in the fire station.
They don't follow that same principle at all.
Yeah.
And I've got fire departments where they've gotten in all kinds of legal trouble because of back at the ranch. Things like this. So, and I'll tell you, the inability to use your EPR skills, listen from the other person's perspective, parrot it back, and then reward that person. It's a very simple formula that I can teach real easy. But the main thing is, most people, the way we're wired as humans is we are to attack, fight, or run away. But
it's because it's the limbic system's built that way, isn't it? For it, the old part of the brain, the evolutionary part of the brain, reptilian brain, the reptilian brain. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Well, you've got your limbic system, and then sitting right there in front, right there, you got your
cortex. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, you've got your amygdalas. Okay.
All right.
Your amygdalas, which we just discovered in 1992.
That new, was it? There's research on that. Oh, I see.
We couldn't have had this conversation 25 years ago.
Right.
We didn't know. Neuroscience we've learned more in the last 25, 20 years than we've known in the previous 5,000.
Yeah.
It's because of the scans we have, and we can actually look and see.
Yes.
Our amygdalas, our fight or flight response, can kick in 17 thousandths of a second. That's lightning.
Okay? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We can kick in 17 thousandths of a second, and we go to fight or flight, and that floods our body with cortisol and adrenaline.
Yeah.
Well, something to think about is if your car won't start or your cell phone won't work. Go into fight or flight.
Yep.
But when you are in a conflict with somebody else, or you feel like you're being bullied by another human, you will release 3 times that cortisol and adrenaline because your body knows that your cell phone isn't going to kill you. But that other person very well might.
Yes.
So I will tell you, we are hardwired to get divorced and fired. Absolutely. Because we are wired to attack. And I'll tell you right now, when I start talking about the attack and retreaters, the passive aggressives, I do a lot of social workers and they do a lot of marriage counseling. They say, that's it right there. That's the biggest cause of divorce, where people don't say anything. And then they go and pay $150 an hour to a marriage counselor to talk about what they should have been talking about.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. There should have been some intervention before that, really. But that's. I mean, you're a lawyer, so you can probably see all that anyway, because that's family law. You're going down that road, really, rather than mediation, or even before you even get to mediation, you could sort things out, couldn't you? That's
all a mediator really does, and it's very effective. Because a mediator is going to sit there and is going to tell you and is going to show you what you need to do to address and resolve the conflict. And it gets down to listening to the other side, understanding, that's the parroting, and understanding. Like you said, it's okay to disagree. In today's world, across the world, if you sit down and you disagree with someone, the trend, we're also woke. And or something that has our passions out of control. You disagree with me, I will attack you.
Yeah.
And I will try to get you canceled. And it is that right there. It's killing.
Yeah.
It's killing.
You mean like the cancel culture type of cancel?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And understand cancel culture, when I use that term, and here in the United States, The Society for Human Resource Management just put out a book, SHRM. The president of SHRM, Johnny Taylor, which I think is just fantastic. I mean, I've got it right on my shelf. I mean, I listened to it on audio, and then I absolutely destroyed it when I bought it and marked it and tabbed it and everything. They're saying cancel culture is absolutely destroying our society because we can't sit down and discuss things anymore.
Yeah.
If you disagree with me, there are a lot of people out there who seem to think, well, I have to attack you or I'm not being true to my beliefs.
Yeah.
No, it's okay to believe something. Tolerance, which is the second book, means I'm not going to pick on you because you're different. So it's okay to disagree. In my famous case, I had a group of Amish ladies, Amish, very fundamentalist Christian, do not believe in electricity. They ride horses, buggies, okay, reject the modern world, okay. And these little Christian Amish ladies, very devout Christians, worked with a woman who converted to be a Satanist. Now, that is an interesting combination. Where you got a young woman who dyes her hair black, okay, paints her nails black, brings in her satanic Bible to work because the other ladies have their Bibles there. Okay, now let me just ask you, how do you think the nice little Christian Amish ladies are treating the Satanist?
I don't know. They're probably not
not very well. No.
Oh, right.
They're mean to her. They're shunning her. And so drove all the way up there. And now understand the EPR skills, the emotional intelligence. And now part of emotional intelligence is tolerance. And we had a great conversation about their beliefs. And they said, we are being bullied, that we have to work with her. And I looked at what they said. And I said, I see where you're coming from. And you've got a right to believe that. Yeah. You've got a right to your beliefs. You have every right in the world to be offended by her belief systems. I will support your right to hold those beliefs. I will not support your rights to behave this way.
Yes. Yeah.
And treat her that way. And a lot of people in our society, when I do this program, actually, I just got back from San Diego last year doing this program, and I had a great discussion with the people afterwards. And they were saying, honestly, it just didn't occur to them to have their beliefs separate from their behavior.
Right.
And that's the problem we're having across the world today. I mean, all across Europe, Asia, United States.
Yeah.
Well,
so fundamentalism and everything else, So we don't really want to go on another topic here.
Honestly, that's ego and emotion out of control.
Yeah.
It's okay to be a fundamentalist religious person. It's okay. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you go out and persecute other people because they violate your beliefs. Exactly.
Irrespective. I mean, it can be extreme religion from any religion. Of course, it does happen. Even on the far right and far left as well, if it's politics.
Far right is dangerous, and the far left is just as dangerous.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Like I say, it's kind of like a fundamentalism thing because it kind of gets complex and it brings in politics. So it's not just religion, obviously, religion and politics together. As I say, we're not going to change the subject because I want to get it on track with your books.
Any highly emotional topic, high emotional religious topic, any high emotional topic, you got a chance for radicals.
Yes.
And we have these in the streets here in the United States all the time where one side of the street is to the far, far, far right, screaming, yelling. And then you got the other side, the far, far, far left, screaming and yelling. That's emotional. These are emotional children.
We got that with neighbors. It's terrible.
Yeah. So it's across people.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, let's move on to your next book then. So that follows and how it follows on with each other.
Well, the first book is on the conflict resolution. Second book is on the tolerance that I talked about for all people.
Oh, right. Okay. So we're on to the third book. Sorry about that. Yeah.
So the third book then is if you don't do what's in the first two books, you're going to damage your brain beyond belief.
Right. Okay.
I understand. The American Psychological Association tracks this stuff, what the greatest stressors are on Americans. Okay. And it's pretty typical across the world. Okay. There's a lot of stressors that you got. But one of the biggest stressors that people in the world have is their job. Okay. And it's not the job, it's the people. Okay. And as we become more and more radical, more and more polarized around the world, we don't respect somebody else's opinion. So just to give you an example, depending on what poll you look at, 75 to 85% of all Americans go into work every day and they hate their job.
Yeah. Well, that's sad, because you spend most of your working life unless you're working part-time or you've got some really cushy just 2 hours and you know, earn big bucks. But you know, for the majority of that,
I mean, think about what we talked about. If your car won't start or your phone won't work, that's going to release massive amounts of cortisol and adrenaline. And understand, you go into fight or flight. 20% of all that adrenaline and cortisol are going to go to 2% of your body, your brain.
Right.
Very disproportionate. So when you're bullied at work, or you're walking around worried about being bullied, you're going to chronic fight or flight. You're releasing 3 times the cortisol and adrenaline, and 20% of that is going to go right to your brain. That is how the vast majority of us get mental disorders. That's how I got mine. I had massive post-traumatic stress disorder.
You mean from bullying at work, or just from the cortisone stress? Sorry?
Life. Just
life. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. I'm with you.
When you get bullied at home, when you get bullied at work.
Oh, yeah.
So
where do you go? Well, there is a place you can go. I mean, obviously you can talk about that. We'll talk a bit about your work as well. But you know, let you finish first. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Wasn't sure what you were saying.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, where do you go? You got bullied at home. You got bullied at work. But I'm sure
suicide is so high. That's why you kill yourself.
Yeah, right. I see.
What we're doing. And I'll tell you, that's the thing is, I got a whole list of things that I did to basically cure my post-traumatic stress disorder. Which when I do this, and I did this for fire departments just this last week, a fire department. And so if you don't create, it's all about harassment, bullying, and brain health. Okay. This was their diversity training. This was their training, and this was their brain health training. If you do not create a safe environment for you to go work at, and I mean safety from the standpoint, is it safe to be different? Is it safe to have a different opinion? Diversity of ideas.
Yeah.
And I tell them point blank, if you do not create this environment here, then you are doomed.
Yes.
So what do? You're doomed. You're doomed. You cannot endure 8, 9, 10 hours of flooding chronic cortisol and adrenaline from people all day long. And I will tell you, that will burn your brain. That's how I burned my brain. And it took me a few years to rewire it. And I show my scans from 2020 compared to my scans in 2008. 2008 was burned to a crisp. I mean, you're flooding your brain with cortisol and adrenaline. You are literally burning it. It's inflamed, like blisters.
Yeah.
That's what we call a mental disorder. Every mental disorder is brain damage.
Right. Okay.
So I changed my lifestyle. I fired clients who were just too much cortisol and adrenaline.
Yes. Yeah.
I drink half my weight in ounces in water every day. I eat a good diet. I do all these things that help get good chemicals in your brain. And there's a study that just came out from Harvard where if you go to work and you enjoy the people that you work with, you enjoy the work, people disagree, but they're respectful, they use their EPR skills or something like this, that's therapy. The whole day, you get in what we call the flow. And the flow is eustress chemicals, like dopamine, serotonin, okay, oxytocin.
Yes.
Excuse me. All of these heal your brain, and they help you. So I show them my brain now in 2020 is about 85% clear, cured. Most of the red spots, heat spots are all gone. They've rewired. Right. If you take care of your brain, you can grow. And we didn't know this 25 years ago, I guess. 25 years ago, in there somewhere, we discovered something called neurogenesis, that you actually grow 100,000 new brain cells every month. Now, we used to think that you were born with all the brain cells you'd ever have. That is not true.
No.
You will grow 100,000 every month. And each one of those can grow sprouts. So they can grow little sprouts, just like the roots of plants and trees and everything.
Yeah.
You can grow 10 to 100 new sprouts every month. So you can grow 1 million new connections in your brain every month if you take care of your brain and let it do what it's supposed to do. If you live like a typical American or a typical human, then you will kill 85,000 brain cells a day.
Yeah. Well, I won't tell too many boxers what you've just told me. I won't tell too many boxers what you just said.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The idea is, if you put it this way, we got to start treating our brain better than our feet.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
If you went to the doctor and you say you hurt your foot,
Yeah.
you don't know if it's broken, you don't know whatever, you go to the doctor and your doctor says, well, does it hurt? And you say, yeah, it hurts. And so the doctor says, well, here's some pain pills. Go ahead. He doesn't x-ray it, doesn't do anything. And let's say it's broken. Well, the pain pills will work for a while, but after a while, it's not going to work anymore because you kept putting pressure on the foot and it's going to displace. Now it's really going to hurt. And now those pain pills aren't going to work anymore. That is exactly what happens with psychiatric medications. So let's say that you get diagnosed with something and your psychiatrist says, well, I think this will help you. And so you take these psychiatric medications. Psychiatric medications are wonderful. They can reduce the symptoms, reduce the pain, but we still treat our brains like soccer balls. We drink way too much alcohol. We eat like goats. Okay. We hang around people who are toxic. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, in America's last war, this is exactly what happened to our soldiers. We have back in the United States 4 times as many soldiers who are going home and killing themselves than got killed in battle.
Mm. Yeah.
It is actually safer for our soldiers to run into battle than it is to come home and be alone with their gun. And it's because they've damaged their brains so badly and nobody's teaching them how to rewire it and repair it. Most of them don't even know that you can rewire and repair it, which is really sad. That's just terribly sad.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that is the truth, isn't it? Really, I mean, who talks about rewiring brains? I mean, it's not a very common thing spoken about, is it?
It is not.
You know, in sports, even you talk about a physio going out and quickly getting to the hamstring or whatever, or the body, like you say, the feet, it depending, but not rewiring the brain. I mean, there's a big talk about mental health, but that's as far as it goes, isn't it?
You are so right. We talk about mental health, which drives me crazy because that makes it sound like as if we're dealing with your mind, like it's not part of the body. No, it's brain health. Now, when it's your brain, you start thinking, okay, what can I actually do every day that's going to help heal my brain? And I can tell you, everybody that hears this podcast or hears me speak, you can start right now. You start drinking half your weight in ounces in water every day.
Also, yeah.
And it gets down to vitamins, proper diet.
Essential fatty acids. Yeah, everything like that. It's what it is actually. It's just the same as your kidneys, your liver, your heart. It's an organ. Yes. And it doesn't seem to have the same treatment as that. Like you say, we've given it the nourishment that it needs. It's not included in that, is it really, in a way?
You are 100% right.
And then everybody, go on. So.
No, I was just saying, I agree with you, and I'm like, you're right.
So where you're talking about, we eat too much and we drink too much. Everybody wonders why they end up with so much hangovers, and now you got your answer, haven't you?
A hangover. I just love that. Your hangover is your brain saying, "Don't do this to me. This hurts really bad." That's
a whole day wasted. I mean, to be honest, it's nothing wrong with it. It's a big sociable thing to do, drinking, and as long as it's in moderation and it's healthy. That's not a problem. But what you said was you drink too much. That's what it is. Right. That's a different thing altogether.
Right. And honestly, the things, and the first half of the book of the Healing the Human Brain talks about my story and my son's story, who has Asperger's autism.
Yeah,
And
right.
so we were told that, he would probably never go to college and all this other stuff. Well, we wired his brain about 75%. And he graduated from The Ohio State University here in the United States with honors, went on to Chicago. Now think about it. Here's a kid with autism, and I dropped him in the middle of Chicago's business district by the Buckingham Fountain and left him there. And he graduated from Roosevelt University with a master's degree in psychology with a 3.91 grade point average out of 4 points.
Yeah.
So don't tell me that the brain cannot be rewired. I'll tell you right now, if I had not rewired my brain and gotten my brain back in order, I'd have killed myself years ago.
Yeah, it's a very serious thing, really. But there is a lot of work starting to be done. I mean, especially with suicide in the fire department and police and military and even the medical profession during the pandemic. There was a lot of things going on there as well with the medical professionals as well. But just in general, people now realizing where all this suicide is, what needs to be done. So tell us a little bit about your work and what you do before we point them to your book and where to find out more about you and your books.
Well, all of this now works right into my practice because I've been in human resources for 40 years. Okay. Yeah. I've been a practicing employment attorney for 27 years and I'm strictly employment law. Yeah. I work with companies so they don't get sued.
Oh, right. Okay.
Problems.
Yeah.
And you've got people, wellness, 75% of all employees, 77% of all employees say they want good wellness program. We're starting to take some real attention to this. And so I do a lot of coaching. Yeah. I work with a lot of people on their level of emotional intelligence, which is brain health.
Yeah.
Okay. And I do a lot of training. It's like with the fire service. I've done a lot of training with fire departments because we talk about the bullying, we talk about the harassment, we talk about brain health. And suicide in the fire service is through the roof.
It is, yeah, it is. If it's not suicide, it will be some other kind of. But PTSD will be even bigger because that's like probably 80% of emergency service workers anyway that I know, because obviously that was my profession, are walking around with it. Yeah, even undiagnosed. Right. So that's without the suicide. So you're really looking at a ticking time bomb, if you like, if you don't deal with it, really.
Oh, you are, because you can't see. A psychiatrist is the only doctor who never sees the organ he or she's working on.
Yeah.
Except for now. Now we have something called nuclear scans, which can watch.
All right. Okay, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that.
Yeah. An MRI is a super X-ray.
Yeah.
So MRI looks the same on a live person as a dead one. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
But a SPECT scan is you go in and you get scanned over a 20-minute period, and it looks inside your brain and actually watches live living tissue operate. So wherever you have parts that are burning too hot, it'll show up like big red spots. That's what I had. Okay. Yeah. Or maybe spots that aren't burning hot enough. So you can actually now go in and see different parts of the brain that are not working correctly. And then you combine that with the intake that you go through for them to hear your symptoms and everything. You have a very accurate tool for determining, okay, here are the best treatments. And for all my clients, they don't necessarily need a brain scan, but all my clients, I talk about how to take care of their brain. And if you have a damaged brain, you can't be emotionally intelligent. Right. And you will get fired and you will get divorced. And so, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's very, very serious. Well, I know obviously with the kind of behavioural things that comes with it, that's obviously going to, that in itself will cause a lot of problems in the marriage or even just relationships in general and things like that. So, and that's behavioural science, that will just come.
You'll never be happy.
Yeah.
You'll never be happy your whole life.
Yeah.
And that's a shame. And I would tell you, my clients, and my clients, not medical patients, but legal patients that I'm coaching and everything like this, the vast majority, if they want to get better, they will. Okay. And I've got a lot of them right now that are functioning so much better. They're much calmer. than they were a year ago. They're sleeping better.
Mm.
Okay. And it's because your brain can grow 1 million new connections every month.
Yeah.
And so why would you not want to do that? Most people just don't have any idea as to how the human brain works. If you and I were having this discussion with a group of neuroscientists, they'd be bored to death. This is old hat to them.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Not to everyday people like me and you and the people that I talk to.
Yeah.
So that's why we published the book.
Yeah, no, that's great work you've done there, and it really makes sense doing those one book after another as well. I mean, I was actually a trade union rep as well. I mean, even there's issues there as well, but of course they're meant to be on your side, you know. So I got involved with employment law, you know, alongside with, you know, which is why I did my politics degree, you know, because I got involved with wider things in society and the world as well, you know. So I'm the same as you. I followed what you did, and you know, then I took this kind of some coaching things to help resilience building because of my own experience as well as same as you. You know, so I really, I mean, obviously you're ahead of me because you know you've really got, you know, some good research.
It wasn't by choice.
No, exactly.
It was by, and I'll tell you, here's the thing: every bad thing that happens to you can be good.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the meaning in it? And I figure if something bad happens to me or my family or someone I know, I'm sure that's happening to someone else.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Mine's a very typical case of someone who was always told, well, if you're, you know, in an abusive employment situation or something like this, you suck it up.
Yeah, I know.
Like, don't do that.
I know.
Our soldiers are tough. And so they suck it up and come home. And that's one reason that the drug abuse and alcoholism is so high.
Yeah.
It's medicating. You burn your brain, you're probably going to use drugs or alcohol to calm it down.
Well, it's self-medicating, isn't it? That's what they probably call it, self-medicating. But there are options now which they're trying to make sure. First of all, it's a stigma, getting past that. And then they say, right, we don't want to use the word shrink, but obviously there is now ways that, you know, like the work you do, that we can look at all this and obviously coaching and stuff like that, really.
Oh, yeah. And again, I am not anti-psychiatric medications. I'm saying do what your doctor says. Take the psychiatric medications. If you had a heart attack, your doctor would give you your
Stasium or something, Yeah.
But he'd also say, get up off the couch, go take a walk, drink your water, reduce your stress, stop eating barbecue every day for the lunch. And same
lifestyle, exactly. Yeah,
you live your life. Yeah, and there's a lot of great things that you will love that are good for your heart, good for your brain, and you wouldn't necessarily want to keep doing what you're doing. Okay, eating a proper diet is so much better than McDonald's.
Well, there's lots of things that are much better than McDonald's.
Yeah,
unfortunately, they've got a big name for themselves, and it's in every high street. It's just really difficult, isn't it, really, for a lot of people to see that. So,
in America, you cannot sling a dead cat without hitting them.
It's getting that way here as well in the UK. So everywhere, exactly. Yeah, in Asia's the same. You know, it depends where in Asia, but in Hong Kong or in some built up.
McDonald's opened up in Kuwait. There was a line for 11 miles.
Oh my
11-mile line into the drive-through.
That's terrible.
Oh my God!
I would have done a U-turn, but you can't do U-turns in those places, can you? Say? All right, Scott. Well, look, listen. It's really been great talking to you. Just remind everyone what your website is, where they can find your books, and where they can find the wonderful work that you're doing as well.
Yeah, it's one-stop shop. It's easy. Just go to scottwarrick.com, SCOTTWARRICK.com, and the books are there. And I've got tons of free videos.
Yeah,
if you get free resources on the menu bar and go down to Lunch and Learns or go down to Stress and Brain Health, it's really, I can go and I can see where people are going and they're coming in to watch my videos. And it's amazing. I am real popular in Poland.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Okay, but I sold lots of books in Poland. Yeah. And they like to go, a lot of folks like to go and get on my videos and watch them at night. So So I encourage that. I am 62 and a half years old, and I intend to spend the rest of my life getting this gospel of brain health out to people. So maybe we won't have that next war.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we won't have that next mall shooting.
Yeah.
So honestly, I give this stuff away, and I encourage people to go out and listen and share it with their friends. Watch it with your kids. Make sure these kids are taking care of their brain.
Yeah.
Until you're in your mid-20s, your brain is exceptionally vulnerable.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The prefrontal cortex and the neurons and everything. Yeah, they can get damaged so easily. And you can do a lot of emotional regulation work to build it up to that time, maybe up to 30 or something like that. Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, the whole world can probably relate to this. We are generating a whole generation of victims, children in Ukraine.
Yeah.
What's happening to these children in their brain is criminal.
Well, that's a topic for another day. We're going to run out of time here, Scott. So, once again, remind everyone of your website and books before we go.
Yeah, just go to scottwarrick.com and bon appetit. Enjoy.
Scott, it's been a really great I'm passionate about this work, and I do a bit of it myself, not to the level you're doing it. And it's really been a great pleasure for you to help the audience listening today, as well as speaking to you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Anybody who wants to hear it, I'm there.
That's all for this episode. Thanks for listening, and remember, if you want to support what we do, then share, subscribe, and leave a review over on Apple Podcasts. Or head over to my website, davepalmer.com, and click on Rate Show. Well, that's all for now, but I'll see you in the next episode of The Dave Palmer Show.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.